This is Master Chi. I'm gonna drop a little 52 video talking about what it is to be a master, especially when it comes to 52 blocks. Because you hear that word thrown around a lot, of 52 blocks master. So I'm gonna break it down from my understanding, and hopefully that'll help y'all looking for a teacher or just trying to find some clarity. First, let's go to the dictionary. Master: one who rules, governs, or directs an employer, a craftsman, skilled or experienced enough to train others and to independently pursue his own trade. One who has a possession of something and the power of controlling or using it at will. One eminently skilled in any pursuit, accomplishment, art, or science. One who is proficient or adept. For example, a master of sarcasm, a degree in colleges and universities, master of arts. To become the master of, to overpower, to become adept or at or expert in, belonging to a master. One who is referred to as a child before they become adult, as in Master Carlton or Master Ricky or something like that. You know, you might see that on the little TV shows or whatever. The abbreviation for master is MR as well. Don't believe me, look it up. I made this video because you hear, like I said, you hear that word master being tossed around a lot, you know, but I think people really need to understand what it is to be a master when they're looking for a teacher, whether it's a teacher in architecture, a teacher in martial arts, a teacher in boxing, a teacher in 52, whatever the case is. Because I'm trying to spread this knowledge, because I love my black people. And, you know, if I could do anything to help y'all get better, I'm going to do it. Because that's what a man does, a righteous man does, you know. One thing you could reference, right? Look at boxing. You have some great fighters, a lot of great fighters when you look at the history of boxing, but they were a good portion of fighters were only good at certain angles or certain aspects of boxing. So let's look at Mike Tyson, for example. You know, he was always good as long as he was moving forward and his opponents was backing up. But if he fought somebody that would not back up from him, like Evander Holyfield, well, you see what happened. Let's look at Zab Judah and Floyd Mayweather. Zab Judah was doing this thing the first couple rounds of that fight. First man to knock down Floyd Mayweather. The only man to knock down Floyd Mayweather. But Floyd Mayweather knew that Zab Judah would run out of stamina. So Floyd Mayweather kept his composure and he just wore Zab down. You know, you have boxers that they're good, but they can't fight backing up. Or they're good, but they can't fight on the inside. They're good, but they can't fight on the ropes. They're good, but they can't fight against a southpaw. Or if they're a southpaw, they're good as long as they don't fight against another southpaw. You know, so think of that. You know, you have some great fighters, but they were known because they were good inside fighters, but they couldn't handle certain types of fighters. Look at Vernon Forrest against Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley, as nice as he couldn't do nothing with Vernon Forrest because Vernon Forrest just kept Shane Mosley in an uncomfortable scenario. Vernon Forrest was tall with a long reach, and he stayed close to Shane Mosley. You know, one thing, my definition of a master is somebody that's never uncomfortable, regardless of the circumstances. Whether they fighting a short fighter, a tall fighter, whether they on slippery terrain, uneven terrain, a master is never uncomfortable. A master will use the so-called weaknesses presented to him to his advantage. So here you see Ra back against the wall, but he's playing the wall. He's using the wall to his advantage, and boop, 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 it's over. I got to replay it because it's so swift and accurate. Block, 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 strike, strike, strike. Sometimes here you see him playing the wall again, using it to his advantage. You see, sometimes with 52, people say we waving our arms, but you might throw up a block and it'll miss, but it'll make that person think twice about swinging. The same way you might throw a punch in and miss, and it'll make that person think twice before they close off the space. So there's a science to what we do. When you really know 52, there's a science, man. You know, so if you find it easy to critique somebody that you see displaying 52, either that person don't know 52 or you don't know what you should be looking for. Block, block, block. This is a high level display right here, man. You know, y'all, some people just don't realize it. Here's some more footage. You know what I'm saying? You go to see the God Ra playing the wall, using it to his advantage. Can't do nothing. Blocking every angle of attack. Make you think twice about swinging. You go to get hurt. Can't really do nothing. Looking for an opening. Now he changes levels. So Spawn partner think he got an advantage. He try to step in because he's like, oh, he's shorter than me now. Simple elbow block right there. And then what happened? You step in, you get washed up. Again. This is what a master does. There's no uncomfortable situation. And when you're a master, you could manipulate what's going on and make it think you at a disadvantage and you really not. And the fight is over. A master is comfortable in any situation. That's the only way I could really break it down so far to make y'all understand. I could go a little bit deeper, but I'm not revealing my secrets like that. Because this is the internet and it's open to the whole world. You know. A lot of times I used to think that Ra was showing different aspects of his style, but what he was really doing is just displaying his 52 based upon the rhythm that his opponent was bringing. So it's like you dance one way to one song, and then the same song you hear the next day, you got to dance a different way, depending on how you feel, but you're still on rhythm. Here we see him displaying 2-on-1 with a Sifu, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Sifu. I forget what he's proficient in. But here you see him displaying 2-on-1, addressing each angle of attack, whether he's going to defend the attack or counteract the attack. But he's addressing each angle. This is a master right here. And the first person that told me that Ra was a master was one of the students of King Saladin, who's a 52 blocks legend. May he rest in peace. A master is never uncomfortable. Here you see Ra displaying the one-legged defense. A master is never uncomfortable. You will think he's at a disadvantage, but he will use that to his advantage and make it work for him. A master is never uncomfortable. It's not like you could be in the street and somebody run up on you and be like, hold on, you're not in my weight class. Hold on, I'm drunk. Hold on, I got a cast on. Nah. Never uncomfortable. That's what a master does. His knowledge is so adept that he can adjust quickly. When it comes to this 52, it's a mental thing, man. If your mind ain't right, you ain't gonna succeed, man. So get your mind right first and have some patience. Cats be too quick to rush in. They want to learn one block from this person, one block from that person. Nah, that's not how it works with this 52 thing, man. And I know from experience. Here you see the guard displaying the full body armor and the double pyramid block. You know, you have some people that say, oh, I'm going to use skull and crossbones. If you use skull and crossbones in this scenario, you get punched in the face. Skull and crossbones only defends against one angle of attack. It's either going to defend the left side or the right side. Put yourself in Ra's shoes right now and try to use the skull and crossbones with your back against the wall. You would have got punched in the face. Here you see the guard displaying the block so swift and accurate. I'm not even going to talk about what the feet is doing. You know, if you have a sharp eye and some wisdom, you'll be able to break it down for yourself. That's what a master does, man. A master can adapt quickly to any situation, doing the knowledge, making his disadvantage his advantage. And that's through thought and intellect. You know what I'm saying? It's not only about what you know, but it's about how you're able to still express what you know, and it goes back to knowledge, man. This 52 thing is not an instant thing, man. It's not an instant gratification thing. It's not a microwave thing, man. It takes time. It takes observation. It takes patience. It takes knowledge. It's not quick. If you trying to get it quick, you will be disappointed, man. Look at that, man. Can't do nothing with him, man. Just playing with him at this point. Could have been knocked him out, but he just playing with him, That's 52, man. It's a divine art. 5 and 2 symbolizes God. When you think about God, it's like, well, how would God fight? God is going to fight using his sevens, man. 7 or the square, 90 degrees. When I was in school, they told me 90 degrees was also known as a right angle. And y'all do the knowledge to that. And I'm going to leave y'all with that. This is Master Chi. And I'm going to say peace to the whole 52 world, man. Peace.